ਵੈਲਕਮ ਟੂ ਦਿਸ ਐਪੀਸੋਡ ਆਫ ਦ ਹਰਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਸ਼ੋ। ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਸੈਗਮੈਂਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਵਾਸ਼ਿੰਗਟਨ ਡੀਸੀ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ, ਜਿੱਥੋਂ ਕਿ ਸਕਾਈਪ ਰਾਹੀਂ ਮੇਰਾ ਸਾਥ ਦੇਣਗੇ ਗੁਰਵਿਨ ਸਿੰਘ ਅਹੂਜਾ। ਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਸਿੱਖ ਕੈਂਪੇਨ ਲਾਂਚ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ, ਜਿਸ ਦਾ ਮਕਸਦ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦੀ ਜੋ ਇਮੇਜ ਹੈ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰੋਜੈਕਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਏ ਪੂਰੇ ਨਾਰਥ ਅਮਰੀਕਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਆਓ ਇਸ ਸੰਬੰਧ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਗੁਰਵਿਨ ਸਿੰਘ ਅਹੂਜਾ ਨਾਲ ਤੇ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲੈਣੇ ਕਿ ਕੀ ਕੁਝ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾ ਚੁੱਕਿਆ ਹੈ। ਗੁਰਵਿਨ, ਵੈਲਕਮ ਟੂ ਦ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ।
Welcome. Thank you, Harpreet. Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about this National Sikh Campaign. What is this campaign?
Sure. The National Sikh Campaign is a data-driven grassroots campaign that's being led with the help of top political strategists from the Obama and Hillary campaigns to help build the Sikh image in the Western world.
So why do you think there is a need for building up the image of the Sikhs in the Western world?
So that's a really good question. So even though we're the 5th largest religion in the world, and even though Sikhs have made immense contributions to society, a majority of folks in North America cannot even accurately identify as Sikh, which has led to high rates of bullying, discrimination, hate crimes, and some people have even died due to the ignorance of Sikhism.
So now what is being done in this campaign? Could you elaborate on that and how you are trying to reach the people?
Yeah, sure. That's a really good question. So one of the biggest things we did this year is we just conducted the most methodical, comprehensive study ever on the Sikh community. This study allows the Sikh community to scientifically understand for the first time in its over 100-year history in the US and Canada the specific facts, images, and stories we need to convey in order to effectively build our image. These are techniques that presidential candidates use in Canada or prime minister candidates use in Canada, and presidential candidates use in the States. It's what marketing folks do to sell their products. It's kind of a bread and butter thing that's never been done in our community, but will help us build our image.
So what has been the response so far, and when you say the concrete study which has been done, what results have come out of it?
So there's really 4 key results. One, as I said earlier, is most people don't know who Sikhs are. Many people, even people that said they did know, could not really even say who Guru Nanak Dev Ji was. I think 95% said if they knew something about Sikh, 95% they didn't know who Guru Nanak Dev Ji is. So there are a lot of people don't even know the basic facts. But we found that there are 3 things that people can do to help build the image and kind of change this dynamic. Because once we told people about Sikhism, the dynamic completely changed. And people were far more receptive. And I'll tell you, your viewers, those 3 things. The first thing is Sikhs need to make the direct connection between Sikh values and American and Canadian values. We have the same values as the countries that we live in. We believe in equality between men and women, a belief that anyone, regardless of race, gender, religion, has the opportunity to succeed. The second thing we need to really focus on is we need to highlight the value of equality. We tested every single demographic we could. Old, young, black, white, Republican, Democrat, conservative, liberal. And we found the most respected quality of Sikhism, no matter what demographic you tested, was the value of equality. So Sikhs need to be known as promoters and champions of equality. And the third thing that we really need to focus on is we need to explain the meaning of the turban. The turban is the most visible article of faith that we have, and due to conflicts in the Middle East, it draws the most anxiety amongst our fellow citizens. And what most people don't know, and a lot of people get surprised, is when you tell them, this turban is a symbol of equality. The turban is a symbol that is to show that you are dedicated to your community. And how people perceive the turban as some kind of backward, somewhat intolerant article of faith, once you actually explain the actual meaning of it, and that it actually embodies the same values that all Canadians and Americans have, people become very favorable towards it. So, and then the final and the most important part of the study is, Sikhs have been talking about being discriminated against, almost since they landed in North America. And they've been facing that discrimination. But what this report shows is that if we talk about our values, in the frame is our fellow countrymen's values, we have an immense opportunity to effectively build our image and build immense respect in both Canada and the U.S.
Right. And Gurwin, finally, how are you trying to involve the White House also? How are you using the services of White House to spread this message and also trying to highlight what the Sikhs have done?
Sure. So I'm speaking as a person that works on National Sikh Campaign. I do work for the White House, but we're not directly engaging them in any way. I don't think yet. We may possibly explore explorations where we could work together in the future, but all of that is very preliminary.
And towards the end, as you said, that Canadians and people living in the States, especially the Sikhs, can play a very dominant role. How are you now reaching the people? Where is this funding coming from? And what has been the achievement so far from whatever you have done?
Right. So those are two good questions. A lot of our funding has come from grassroots donors that are contributing either $50 at a time, $100 at a time, or even $1,000 to $5,000. So a lot of it has come from all over the country, from both U.S. and Canada, to fund this effort and fund this research. And the way we're reaching people is we're reaching them obviously online through social media on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, but we're also reaching people in ways I think a lot of Sikh organizations have not done before, and that is to bring them in. I'll give you an example. We invited almost every major Gurdwara in the United States to a summit to talk about the Sikh image and how we can promote the Sikh image. And then we've built a Gurdwara network. So, and we have grassroots teams in New York, Cleveland, Indiana, Chicago, et cetera, et cetera. So what we're doing is we're building networks throughout the country and to facilitate a lot of the information that we're gathering.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for your time, and definitely we would like to continue our discussion after this break with Manu Sandhu, who is the local coordinator in Canada. Thank you for your time, Gurwin.